As I finished my walk this morning, it is super humid here in Oklahoma, which is not normal. And it's like 70 degrees, overcast. There's this nice cool breeze, but I wasn't even half a mile in and full sweat. And I'm not hot, it's the weirdest thing how humidity does that, right? And it made me think of something that is one of the top leading causes of breast cancer, actually, but one of the top toxic products that you definitely should ditch this summer, which is deodorant. So I want you to listen really quick to Dr. Berg and how deodorants cause breast cancer. And then I've got all of my non-toxic deodorants, and they're not all Young Living, guys. I've got all of them in here. I'm giving you a full review and how Jason and I got switched over to non-toxic deodorant and why.
Antiperspirants, deodorants, and breast cancer. This is very interesting because most breast cancer develops in the upper quadrant of the breast closest to the armpit. Why is that? Is that a coincidence? Unfortunately, there are certain things in deodorants and antiperspirants that are toxic that can then go into the body and accumulate into the lymph nodes. Aluminum is a big one, and parabens, which is a chemical. Especially if a female is shaving the armpit, it's going to increase more absorption of whatever's in that deodorant or antiperspirant. And unfortunately, aluminum and parabens increase estrogen, the thing you don't want to increase if someone is at risk for getting breast cancer. What is a deodorant? A deodorant is something that makes the sweat smell better, and an antiperspirant is something that makes you sweat less. So, you want to start reading labels. Most of these do contain aluminum, so you're going to have to read the labels. But I recommend finding a non-toxic deodorant. This is the one that I use.
You can see when we entered our my healing journey, when it began, and I started ditching all the toxic products, toothpaste, deodorant, it was basically at the top of the list, right? Well, let me give you some tips on how I switched, because I had to do a lot of research. 6 years ago, they didn't have the products they have now. They didn't have the research they had now, and they definitely didn't have the amount of help. People love to post on like University of YouTube. You can find anything, how to switch to non-toxic deodorant. Definitely go look it up. But one of the girls I follow said to get bentonite clay, which I love this stuff. This has lasted me like probably 4 years. I use this occasionally when I get breakouts on my face. You just put a little apple cider vinegar with it, mix it up with a plastic spoon in a glass container, put it on your face, or in this case, your underarms, and leave it for 30 minutes and wash it out. This is going to help pull out toxins that your lymph nodes are trying to get rid of. Also, what's creating the smell. But a lot of what the smell is based on what you're eating. If you're eating a lot of onions or a lot of things, especially processed food, dairy, gluten, all of those things, you're going to have way more odor than if you went to a cleaner diet. So there's that too. This is what we used to use, and I keep them because they're good, but both of these we can only use for like a week or two, and they work really good. And then all of a sudden we start breaking out in a rash under our arms because of the baking soda. Jason keeps this on hand, Primal Life. And then this spray deodorant, this one's great, but it's $15, and he had to use a ton of this. Like, it maybe lasted 2 weeks, so it just wasn't efficient. And then this little crystal, which is basically a salt rock, works really well. You just get it wet and rub it on. But this one by itself is just not effective enough. And so I do keep it. I love it to travel with, or put it in the pool bag because you can get it wet and rub it on if you needed it. So in that sense, it doesn't melt or anything, and it's a great one, but it's just like meh. And then my favorite, obviously, the ones that I use on a daily basis are Young Living's Citrus, Young Living's Valor, and the Thieves toothpaste, which I've told you guys about like a million times. Now, the toothpaste obviously is not going to stop sweating, and I don't try to stop sweating because, again, your lymph nodes are trying to get the toxins out of your body. You don't want to clog the pores up, right? Wear more open clothes or let yourself breathe or whatever. Sweating is really good for you. So, but it will take away all of the odor and you'll smell minty fresh. And then these two definitely help with the sweating too. So if you need that, then you could add these two as well. these three are our go-to. Mine and Jason both. These are the three we use. And I'm going to put a video after this why this is so effective. One of the key components ingredient-wise in this is arrowroot powder, which if you guys have been following me, my dry shampoo is just arrowroot with cinnamon and a couple of essential oils like lavender and citrus fresh are what's in here right now. And I just put a little bit in my hands, and then I use a makeup brush, a powder brush that I don't use on my face obviously, and put it on my hair, and I can go about 5 to 7 days between washes, so which is really great for your hair, really healthy for the hair growth and stuff like that. So anyways, I will post this, and I'm also going to post why Young Living's deodorants are so effective. And if you guys have any questions, reach out to me. I'd love to get you hooked up and get you started on your clean, non-toxic journey.
It is very important to choose your deodorant wisely, as many deodorants can be harmful to your skin. Introducing Young Living deodorants, formulated with arrowroot powder to help absorb underarm moisture. These special formulas were designed by the D. Gary Young Research Institute to work synergistically with your skin's microbiome. The skin microbiome is the ecosystem of microorganisms that live on the skin. The underarm microbiome helps protect against harmful bacteria and other environmental factors. Unfortunately, the environment under your arms is conducive to the growth of odor-causing bacteria. These bacteria enzymatically convert fatty acids in your sweat to thioalcohols, which are responsible for bad armpit odors. The unique combination of ingredients in Young Living deodorants not only absorbs sweat, but also inhibits the enzymatic conversion of fatty acids to thioalcohols by odor-causing bacteria. This targeted mechanism has been clinically shown to help prevent odor-causing bacteria from growing while maintaining a healthy microbiome. And like all Young Living products, these deodorants contain our therapeutic-grade essential oils to help keep you refreshed all day.